On Thursday, April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was staying in room 306 here at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. In the evening, he went out on the balcony near his room.
At 6:01 p.m., a shot rang out. A single bullet entered Dr. King's cheek and went down his spinal cord. He fell violently backward onto the balcony, unconscious. Martin Luther King Jr. was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 7:05 p.m.
The Lorraine Motel is now part of the National Civil Rights Museum here in Memphis, Tennessee. That wreath up there marks the approximate site of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Since Dr. King's death, the National Civil Rights Museum has become a complex of historic buildings and museums built around the Lorraine Motel, telling the story of the civil rights movement in the United States. The museum property was recently renovated to include a number of compelling multimedia and interactive exhibits. In 2016, the National Civil Rights Museum became a part of the Smithsonian Alliance.
'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus.
As a final farewell to his spiritual home, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral was held at his childhood church, Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. He was laid to rest just a half a block away.
About 2 months later, James Earl Ray was arrested at London's Heathrow Airport and extradited to the U.S., where he was charged with the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. On March 10th, 1969, he pled guilty and was sentenced to 99 years in the state penitentiary here in Tennessee. This marked the end of an era, but the beginning of a legacy.